Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week update on our instruments. We'll be touching on a couple of our instruments and for us to gain a very clear understanding of the structure on the higher time frame and the possible direction of our trade and how to proceed. And I hope we'll have a very lucrative and rewarding week ahead. Now, looking at the bigger, structure of this corrective wave that started from here, if you are new on this orb, you can go through the past probably 4, 5, 6 videos that we've done to gain clarity. Regardless of the move to the upside that we are currently seeing here, we'll still believe that we are going to break this low here, this low at this point, which we have not broken, but not immediately, not in the immediate. So we are seeing this as a completion of a correction. This move here as a completion of a correction of an A, B, C, or B, and a C to give us an extended flat here. And we have said that could this be the end of the correction and the move is going to go to the downside to break this low? A couple of things have been said here as the price was being formed around this area. But now we are seeing this big push to the upside. And what it means, I'm going to discuss that in a bit. We have also said that this may just be the first impulse to the downside and a 1 here, a 1, sorry, yeah, the first impulse to the downside, right? Yes, I remember. And that we may be doing a 2 and probably a 3. That has been eroded clearly with this impulse here, because if we have done like a 1, if this had been a completion of a structure that we are going to see more downside in the immediate, that has been eroded because of this impulse to the upside. So if this had completed an A, B, C, for us to have a 1, 2, come to the downside, this has eroded that possibility for now. So we're seeing this as a 1, a 2, and that this is going to become a 3 has been eroded, or a C has been eroded for now to break down this low. So what we are seeing now is an emergence of a possible WXY, where this triad of A, B, C becomes a W. This becomes an X reacting, at about 76 or thereabouts to the downside. And we're now seeing another A, B, an impulsive wave C to the upside that most likely is going to break this to the upside. If this breaks to the upside, probably it will test around this area of resistance here at this point. And thereafter, we're going to see a big move, an impulsive move to the downside that will now break this low. So this may just be the last wave to the upside. Now, in this one being a last wave to the upside, this, of course, is likely going to run a triad of an A, B, and a C to the upside to get to this point before we come down. So we are going to take our time, and if that plays out, this becomes a W, and a break to this area becomes a Y, and we are going to fall. And that will be the last move. But now we still have, like, on this air time frame, we have like 2 more waves to complete that. The 2 more waves will be A, B, and a C. And we expect this B in the middle to be a triad, just like we saw here. Like we saw here, an A, B, C. So this B wave is going to give us a triad here, like 1, 2, and a 3 before we go to the upside. That is what we are anticipating. So this is more of a sharp wave that's going to give us a C to break this top than this correcting this entire run as a 1 and a 2 to go. So this is impulsive. This is not corrective. It is impulsive. Impulsive nature tells me that this is the beginning of a new structure or a new wave that may likely break this top. So that is what we are seeing now. Now, having said that, let's go and look properly into what may be around this area before we begin to dissect into the wave structure. Now, will this move? And this is the daily candle formation. With this move, we are seeing that this is about closing in a very bearish move. Are we coming to the downside almost immediately? The answer will be maybe yes, maybe not. Up till now, it has been bullish for nearly 3 weeks to the upside. We are waiting for to catch a sell, So we've been bullish, and now, for the first time, we are seeing some weakness coming to the dollar. Now, I want us to pay attention to this area of weakness that we are seeing. On the left side, we are seeing that this area where you saw this reaction cap exactly at this point of support has become a resistance. Now, will this go down like this, or are we likely to going to break up again? So now we may see this reaction it might just be beginning of that downward move of correction of wave B. We may still go up one more time to break this top to come to this area. So we may still come to the area of 104,450, or that this area of 103,879 or 880 might just be the last area that we see wave A being completed for us to have this bearish wave B that will unfold. So what I expect now is that after this wave is completed and we're breaking down, this will become a wave A, and this wave B is going to give us a 3-wave format to the downside, an A, B, C of B, and we're going to have more wave, one wave, big wave to the upside to finish up around the area I talked about. Now, if I'd given us an entry, we are not in already. We are not at all. So what we can do here, so that you don't, because the price will want as much as possible to knock you on either side. If you want to sell now, price may go back to knock you out, thinking that you are going to push your stop loss here, and price may come and eat you and take a bow around this area. So on the daily time frame, we may see price still knocking you out. You know, this is the first knockout. The price may come back again, go up, knock you out around this area, and thereafter you might begin to see that descent. But if price is going to continue to go down here, no pressure. I'm going to teach us clue on how to really when to start, because you don't have to chase price. You don't have to chase it. Before I begin to dwell or delve into more into the lower time frame structure. So what we see here, we can see this daily candle. The daily candle had to be taken before we think that there's a change of direction of the trade. Now we look at this daily candle that started is weak here, and its weeks ended around this area. So the price is almost taking it out. All you can do is to still go back to what you understand about corrective nature and fractal nature of the market. Your fib retracement tool, it's very, very important on the higher time frame for you to gain an entry. So if you are not in from this top to sell, just you have to wait. We know that in Elliott wave, the rule of 90, 76.8, 1, 2, 3, and 161.8 is very important. We know that once something becomes impulsive and is no more correcting within that frame, it's going to break 1618. So the trick now here is that when you take this top and this low, and you drag your retracement to this one here, you from the low here, if you take it up to this last candle top here, you are looking for an extension of to the downside of more than 161.8. And at that point, you allow 161.8 to be taken slightly, maybe by 5 pips or thereabout, or 10 pips. Then you can actually execute your sell stop instead of sell limit. You know, sell limit may come up here where you think the price may want to turn and the price is not taking you. That's the sell limit. But if you're going to do a sell stop, you think that price now is continuing downward and it's not picking you here, you have to wait until price takes an extension more than 161.8 here, and the price will now take you on a sell stop. Again, if price takes you on a sell stop, you must know that price may take you on a sell stop, do a big correction to the upside. But you know that because they're taking 161.8 to the downside, price is not likely going to break the top again. So that may just be a correction for you to have a second entry, maybe around this area of a closure, for you to have a second position and you begin to go down with price. So if I were you to look for a sell stop below here, a small lot size that you know your account can carry, knowing that price may still want to go back up. Now, let's do that in practice and let's see what we have. Because this is looking like an ending structure, really. So let me bring out my drawing here. Bringing out my drawing here, let's look at the daily time frame. Like I said, for 2 weeks now, we have been here. This is the first week, very impulsive here. This is the second week, more or less, has been, there's been like a drop, a momentum loss. This appears to be probably the height of wave 3 around this area or around this area, which we talked about last week. And now we are seeing this, okay? So we need to see a sustained break below this wedge that we are seeing here in green line here, the green. We need to break below it, and price is likely going to break below it. But then price may break below it around this area. Without breaking here, price may still push to the upside and break the top one more. So you must know that. So what I now have said is taking this low here, up here, an extension here is 161.8 in the blue. So a break below here, your sell stop, price may still go up here, knock up and test this area before continuing to the downside. So that is how to manage your trade, because price may continue to fall here. Do the correction that is expected to come in between this area here, which we'll see later before. We just need 3 waves. This is a single wave. This is a single wave, you know, on the higher time frame. But we're going to see a 3-wave format that will not take this low. Maybe around this area, we may see a push up again. So that is what we are waiting for now. So if you take that also to US dollar index, on US dollar, US dollar index, which is on DXY, the low had not been taken. So on the US dollar index, you can see, and that's why, you know, you need to look at all these things to, you know, understand how to interpret. So if you are seeing this, this is a doji. And after this doji, we can see the appearance of this bearish move. This may send a signal to you because it has broken this low. It might send a signal to you that we are already coming to the downside. So it might be a fake reaction here, but knowing the rules of what I talked about would help you and assist you to know where to put your stop loss or how to proceed with this trade. Because it might just be the first, some corrections that would occur, take it up again and break this top. So price may still go up and break this top, or may continue to flow to the downside from here. The same way, from this top of this daily candle to this low, we look for an extension of more than 61.8 to the downside. So if we bring it out so you can see what I'm talking about, this is more like an ending structure in this area of this first wave of A. So if I take this retracement to from this level here, the low here, this area, so we can see 161.8 is here. So we need to break low here, probably about 5 pips below. You can pick your sell stop. So if you pick your sell stop here, that means the price is going to continue to go to the downside. And with that, you wait again for price, because price is going to go up again and probably come to this area or you know, of the daily support, or 4-hour support might just be a bit inside, you know, for price to drag more to the downside. But not until price breaks this area. Price breaking below area confirms that we are already starting a wave B. We need to see that break below here to say we are starting a wave B. Otherwise, price may still go up and take the top and come to this area. Price may still come to this area. So where we are seeing reaction here is right at this point here. Price may still go up to test above this area here. Maybe not this point, but this point, price may still come back here to knock this before going down. So it's the first move. It's looking like price may continue. So we need price to properly even engage this area here. So once price get to this close, it will give you a confirmed bearish move on the daily time frame. So price still need to close below this low here, the cluster low here. So let's see if that area will coincide with the 161.8 or just before it. Let's see. You know, you can see it's really at that level. So the power of 161.8 is what we are seeing now. It's about at that level. So that will confirm it. And if we look at DXY, let's allow it to load. Okay, DXY is not giving that. So it's only on the US dollar index that is probably giving us what looks like, it's going to look like, you know, a morning star, or is it okay, an evening star, for those that read can do so. But at the same time, if you look at this one also, the 161.8 is falling here around this area. So also it would have broken low of this second candle here. So it should be a confirmation that we are in wave B. So if few pips, 2 pips, 3 pips below here, your sell stop, knowing that it might still go up to this area to pick your second order. That would be nice. And you will now begin to now have that correction. So price may still break this top and come to this area. It's not impossible. Okay. So having said that, so let's now go to euro dollar to see what we so we are moving fast now on euro dollar. So now on euro dollar, we are seeing this move. This is a big move. And this move from here down to this area might just signal the end of wave A, like I said. So we might be seeing this turning out to a triad A, B, C of wave C, of wave B, for us to have the last wave C. The last wave C is, if it's going to develop, once that begins to develop, it's going to develop into proper 5-wave structure to the downside. And we may be able to follow that to pick a low now to begin to buy. So this eventually, we're saying that as it's developing now, we see this eventually is going to take this low. That is what we are talking about. It's going to break this low. It's going to break this low because this is going to go up, correct a triad to the upside. Maybe between here and here, we may be seeing that B being completed on the higher time frame, a 3-wave format. This is a single wave. Okay, so we're going to see a 3-wave format that may take maybe more than 2 weeks or thereabouts, and for us to now begin to descend the last time, it's going to be a big push. So for dollar to gain that strength, and after that dollar strength, that will break this and take this low of let me see. It's going to take this, come and break this low of 1.04. It's going to come and take it, but not immediately now. So we are going to break here, and it will be coming around this area or this area. So 1.02. That is where we are coming. So we are seeing all this, and it's going to play out like that. We are seeing it in the making, maybe playing out like that, but this is the first big push, just like this. Or at the end of the day, it will now become a W, X, and Y to the downside, breaking this low maybe around 100% or 1, 2, 3. So we'll see what it gives us before we now begin to turn to the upside. And when we turn to the upside, it's going to be sharp like this wave. It's going to be sharp up, and we're going to continue to break to the upside around this area or more. So, but that is going to still take a whole lot of time to complete. It might take the next 6 months or more, but we are seeing the wave. So we can predict this wave, and that's the power that we have. We can predict this wave, that this is the first wave to the downside. Now we are expecting a wave that is similar to this. Yes, this one here. This one here. This is ABC. So this one here, we are waiting for something, this one here in the reverse direction like this. So ABC, but in the reverse direction as an ABC. And the C may be as sharp as this when we get it. The A might be very, very corrective, and anything it gives us, this is like a zigzag and 100% extension to the downside. So we'll see what it's going to look like as it forms here, A, B, C, without taking this between here and here. So we now see the C leg going to the downside to take this low. So that's what we are seeing. Now, with that said, these may be the beginning of a wave B, and price may still break low the last time to test this low area. And that this is around the area I gave us an entry, probably around this area. So if price, so let's keep our entry that is low here. All we can do is to look for a buy stop now, because we give a buy limit. So let's wait for a buy stop. If price is going to continue to push, that will take us up. And when we now begin to see price trying to correct to the downside, then we'll load the second gun without taking this low, and the price will continue to sell to give us that corrective format. So we are waiting for that corrective format of B, a triad, and this will be an A. So if we go inside to see, okay, let me still show us where we expect, because where we expect a sustained move now, it's when price comes to this area to violate this area of the second close. That might coincide with 161.8 of this move from here. This is the last push now. So let's see what it comes to. Yeah, exactly, because here, 61.8 will actually be here. But by the time you get to this point, this will be a very good area to look for your buy stop, really, to look for your buy stop, because getting to this area, well, this is 161.8 extension from here down, 161.8. Yeah, it won't be a bad idea to look for your buy stop around this area. If you're not in, then price may still push to the downside. All we need to do is to look for that price pushing back to the downside and see if it's going to be impulsive to the downside. Because if it's impulsive, then that will now tell you that we are likely dealing with the last week. So at the end of the day, it might now have to look like this is the first move after this wave 3, 4 here. It might just be the first move. 1, 2, this might be 3. And if it does not break above here, above this close of this candle, if it does not break above this close of this candle and it reacts around this area, this may just be a 4, and the last push with 5 around this area to drag us in or take us in around this area, and price will not begin to go up. So that is still a possibility. That is still a possibility. So this might just be the last wave, or it might just continue. So those are the two possibilities. With that said, let's look at the Nzdusd USD. Nzdusd USD. Looking at Nzdusd USD is the same. Nzdusd USD is the same on this platform. We may also still see Nzdusd USD breaking down the last time. So in this case, if you want to confirm that this is going up, price will need to take this area to the upside. So a break here to the upside will just be a perfect structure that tells you that you can pick your buy stop from that area, then look for a retracement for a second entry to buy without breaking this low. But what I see here, I still see that there's a possibility of price going up without taking this daily structure here, because this will be a top place to break. Without taking this daily structure here, this entire run here, and price may come to the downside one more time, and that might just drag us in before having that correction. So, well, for this one, we may be seeing a more push to the upside that may go up. But if it becomes corrective like an A, B, and a C, then we're going to come down to the last time. So for that C, before we probably go up again. So that is what I can see here. If I bring out the 1618 here also, So the 1618 here also is more or less like starting from the low here to this candle. Let me try and expand this for you to understand. So in this case, this is the low here. We take this low, we take this high here. The 161.8 comes here. So of course, it would have closed above this area, even this candle. So this will be a good place to begin to look for your buy stop. And the price continues to go, then price may come back the last time. So, but having said that, is a good area for price to test on the daily time frame, to test this area as possible with 4 of that structure, break down the last time. So what I'm saying here is that after this move from here, this may be 3, this may be 4, from here maybe 1 here, a 2 to the upside, this may just be the 3rd wave, and this may be a wave 4, and we may have a last push to the downside around this area before we begin to go up. So in all cases, don't be surprised if price will break the low one more time before eventually they begin to go up. But that will be the last low. That will be the last low of this wave, if that happens. And likewise on the DXY, euro dollar, if price will come to the downside again, that will be the last low for this structure from top to the downside here, for that structure, and for the next structure to now begin to grow as an ABC, a possible ABC or an impulse. We'll see how that plays out. But to say you want to continue to sell and continue to sell down, that is suicidal. You don't want to continue to sell. Even the DXY, even the euro dollar, you don't want to continue to sell now. It will be suicidal for anyone to want to do that. So the price is gearing to go up. Now, US, that's dollar yen. We have been waiting for this dollar yen. And what I taught us today will be handy to gain an entry. So looking at dollar yen, let's look at the big picture of dollar yen. Just like we saw what possibly may be playing out on DXY, euro dollar, and NZD USD that I talked about, the completion of wave A, looks like, oh, this is wave A completed. And the beginning of wave B as a triad is an A, B, and a C. So the wave B is almost done here. Wave B is almost done here. Wave B is almost done here. So we are going to see an impulse like this building in proper 5 waves to the downside. And that will be huge. So we don't want to miss that. In as much as we don't want to miss that, we are seeing this and as an ending structure here. We are seeing it as an ending structure. Price taking this low of 147 will signal the move. What can we do not to miss that move? Because here also, after this wave, and this is going up, it could be like a 1, 2, 3, 4. We may go up the last time. We may go up the last time. So everything that I'm seeing, it's like price is developing a liquidity grab on both the DXY, euro dollar, NZD USD, to sell a dummy as if they want to come down right away. They might just go out the last time, in a flash, and before we begin to see that drop. So, but if you don't want to miss, this more or less is reacting where you can see it developing. This is daily close. You can see lots of momentum, but we are yet to get to where we want to, around this area, you can see this area here, between this area here and this area here will be a potential place for price to draw us in. So price may not take more than that. But how to guide ourselves really is to work within this frame of what this structure has built as an A, B, and a possible extended flat. That is what we are seeing. A possible extended flat of A, B, and it will be a flat, extended flat. That is what is building. Now, building that, the last C of it can work like an A, B, C, and the C within 1618 of this move and this move. So with that said, we are seeing this reaction now exactly at 1, 2, 3. And we know that price may end there. Price may end there at 1, 2, 3. Let me bring out the structure. So A, B, C. This area of red is exactly where 161.8 of this ABC is going to end. So I don't see price going beyond this area. This area will be a tall order. So, but except they want to manipulate, but this is the area price may still come to around 152,930. Price may do that. But price is reacting right now at 127 of ABC. Now, if we want to take an extended flat really, you know, from A down to B to C, from this A to B in an extension of 161.8 or of 123 is going to actually fall around this area. These are potential areas. This is 151,650 is a very big area for price to still get to. So we are trying to get in around this area, not to miss this area from our broker. So that's what we're trying to do. And if price breaks here, please load in another gun around this area, maybe like 5 pips below this area, load it another gun. So if that happens, so we are waiting for anything. But if that is not going to happen and price is going to go bearish, which is possible around this area, how don't we want to miss that? Okay, because they are likely going to shock most people. So how to do it? We're going to look at the last structure. Just like what we are saying, the last structure here, because this is more like an ending structure, you don't want to take daily close alone. You don't want to take daily close. And if you want to take daily close, why not? Because it's more like the price has been trying to wedge out. A loss of momentum. Now, but if we take it from here to this as the last structure here, 161.8 is here. But if you want to take the daily close, so let's see the daily close of that candle. It will also look perfect for you if you take a daily close of this candle here. This is within correction. That is why it's within a corrective format here. That's why we are taking from here to this point as the possible 161.8 here. Of course, without breaking this low of wave 2 here. If it's wave 2, we may have seen a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, a wave 5, and this may be coming down. Or it may just be a wave 1, a wave from top here to this point, a wave 1, a wave 2, and this may just form part of wave 3. And this one come to the downside, may form part of wave 4. So wave 4 may not have ended here, except if it breaks this red area. We don't even need to come here before we know that wave 4 is about knocking this area off. One of the things we can do for this wave 4, because I don't expect it to be that big, except it's forming part of this wave 3, which may be a bit cumbersome, you know, because wave 3 might just give you more complex reaction of an A, B, C before it goes up. And if it's going to do that, I don't expect it to come and take this low before it moves up. Because in terms of an extension from this height here to the upside, to the upside. So it's a bit beyond 127. So even if you are going to take this and I said extended flat to the downside, that's why I said you take from here to this up here. This is 161.8 to the downside. And so anything around this area, you can put your sell stop below 147,900, few pips below. If you do that, wait for price again to go up, taking the second entry, and we will now begin to descend properly. But price may still push to the upside. I don't want to take the 161.8 of this. Let me see. 161.8 of this last close will not be ideal within this corrective format. So we'll see. So that 161.8, of course, is breaking the low of that wave here, of that possible red line here. So, well, it might just be an area below here. If you want to take it, you can take it and begin to see you would have still gained a few pips because price coming to that area in itself, that's how many pips? From here to here is like 66 pips. Up to here, it's about 240 pips. So anything is possible. Of course, that is too small for you, knowing that you are going to gain over 2,000 pips to the downside if that happens. So we take our time. So, but within the corrective format that this may still present as a possible ABC, looking at this area from here down here, this is where okay, as an extended flat, really. Let's see. If it's going to be an extended flat, really, that would be a 1, 2, 3. So if we want to take it as an extended flat, really here, from this to the upside, if it's still a possible extended flat, sorry, a possible extended flat, we'll still see 1, 2, 3, which is around this area. So for me, I think it would be more ideal to look for your sell stop below 148,400. Yeah. So I think it would be ideal. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say on the lower time frame, on this time frame. I'm possibly seeing this as from this low after completion of this wave as a 3 and as a possible we want to do this is like 3 of a 3 and this is a 4 and we are doing the last 5. The last 5 is what is going like an ending structure. So if this is the first wave of that 5 and this is the second wave, we don't want to break this low. That's what we are saying. So we are watch price come to this area, and around this area, exactly around this area, you might take your sell stop, a small lot sell stop, knowing that price may continue to break down. We need to knock off this area. Price may knock off this area. You think that you are in profit. Price after knocking this area off may continue to go up again. To look for resistance around this area, you take your second order, then we come to the downside. But without breaking this area, this slim area to the downside, price still has that tendency to go up. Taking these as an A, B, C structure around this area to still go up. That's what I'm saying. And if we look at that on the lower time frame, on the 4-hour time frame, so on a 4-hour time frame, like I said, this may be wave 1 and wave 2. We may think that this is the end of wave 3, a 4, and a 5. If that is the case, if it's a wave 3, 4 of the ending structure, and this is wave 5, then price should be coming to the downside to take this. Price would have to knock off this area. That's what I'm saying. But if it's possible that this wave 3 is becoming a more complex structure, then we should see this as a possible a possible C structure, and a possible, B structure and a possible C. And so where this will stop being a C now will be this area. So maybe I should know that a break below here is still possible around this area. Price may still push to the upside. So this has become like an ABC in that regard, and this going up like this is also like an ABC, and so we may still be coming, this may be developed into 5-wave format and end itself abruptly without taking this area or breaking this area, and price may go up. So let's wait. Around this area, there are zones that you don't want to connect and trade. Between here and here, please don't trade. Wait for price to either break up or break low here, then your sell stop. That's what I can say. Now, let's go to gold. That'll be the last one. So regardless of what we may have seen, because I do tell us oftentimes that it's not about the DXY alone, because you think that DXY and dollar is having strength and all of that. It's about structure. It's about structure. Most of the time, it's about structure. And you can see gold versus dollar. With the dollar having strength, you would have thought that this should be coming down. But because the structure is not complete, there are a lot of things happening, the war situation, the political tensions, and all of that. Gold seems to be seeing an upside here. So in this format of a structure, we had seen this from up here as a possible one. We are looking at this to finish a wave 3. And in wave 3, finishing a wave 3, we want to see a wave 4 to this wave 2. And before, so we're going to see a couple of 3, 4, 3, 4. I mean, sorry, 4, 5, 4, 5 before we begin to see big move to the downside. So what we are saying is that after this correction here, let me try to zoom in. Okay, after this correction here, we see this as the first impulse of wave 1 and ABC of wave 2. Then we now start we started wave 3. So the wave 3 has not completed. That's what we are saying. So we are seeing this as a possible first wave of wave 3, second wave of wave 3 to the downside here, and the third wave of wave 3 may have been completed here, and this may be A, B, C, or a WXY of fourth wave of wave 3. Now this look impulsive, which is rightfully could be the fifth wave of wave 3. So the impulsive nature here tells me this looks like 1. Impulsive nature here also tells me this looks like the beginning of wave 3. So this may be the end of a wave 5. And that wave 5 is wave 5 of 3 of this run. So this will complete wave 3. And so if you draw a trend support below from here, beginning of wave 3, 1 of 3, then we should see this break it one day. And when it breaks it, then it's now using this as a 1, a 2, a 3 completed. Then we're going to see a fourth wave of this move to the downside, another wave 5 completed. And when that now happens, we'll now test this as wave 1, a wave 2, then to look for a deep 4 completion for more upside. So that is the cycle we are looking at on gold. 3 of these completed, fourth to these 2, come down, go up again, take the top, completed, and a big 2, a big 4 to this also will come to the downside. So if I bring out the structure, so we are still working within this blue of wave 3. So that's what I'm saying. Before we now take this yellow or this structure, so we are still working within this frame of wave 3. We are working within 1, 2. We see this 2, 3, 4. I mean, sorry, 3, 4, and 5 of wave 3 in the blue. That will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Finish this as 5 in the blue. Then that becomes a wave 3 in the blue. So we do a wave 4 in the blue. And that wave 4 in the blue may find support around this area of 24, 42. Maybe it may break this fourth wave here, or come to that area, around this area again, then go up and finish up 5 in the blue. This in the blue has been a 1 and a 2, and this 4 in the blue. Then after that, price will push up again to test this as wave 1 and wave 2 in the green to find support around this area between here and here to push up the last time, then before a big ABC. So we still have like 2 to 3 more cycles of 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, and that would look like an ending structure on the larger time frame. So that is building. For me and you don't want to go past this area. So around this area of 27, 36, or 40, you should be looking for that move to the downside. So we are going to look at this. We're going to look at this itself as a 1 and a 2. This is the wave 3. So we need to finish with 4 of this move. Last correction, last push, then we come to the downside. So that's what, and if you're coming to the downside, we may take this low or cap it around 2600 again before we go up. Whatever is going to give us as an ABC structure, we're going to follow it to sell. So because after that, price may want to go up again. So looking at the lower time frame on gold, looking at lower time frame on gold, this is the first impulse of 1. This is 2, and we are seeing the inside of wave 3. To finish wave 3, we have to finish this wave 3 to do a 4, something like close to this, or half or 3/4 of this, then go up the last time, then before we now begin to come to the downside. So we are approaching 2736, which is the area that we may see a fall. So all you can do now, see, understanding with this as a 1 in the yellow here has been broken, this is a 2. So this purple, it's to guide with 3, that a break below the purple line tells you you are doing your 4th wave. In this regard, as an 1, 2, it's not going to be an ABC now, because it has grown. It's going to be a 1, 2 now. Of that with 5, it's going to be a 1 in the purple, a 2 in the purple, We should be finishing a 3 in the purple. That 3 may be coming here. But the thing is that once you see the fourth wave should break here without breaking this area. A break out of here tells you this O wave of 1, 2, 3, probably 4, 5 is completed. That's why you see a break below here. And a break below here tells you price is likely going down for that, another bigger fall. So you look for your retracement to sell at that instance. But allow this to go and finish up this with 3 to see a 4. When we see, we should be able to identify it on the higher time frame, because this may be a primary 4 here. The low of this may be a primary 4. If this is the 4 of this wave 3, and this is going as the 5th wave, we'll see. And we are almost there at this top. And this top is a critical area for you to relinquish your buy from this low and see if we can get a sell setup to sell one more time. All right. Having said that, do have a great week ahead. Bye.